Many business people today use spatial technology without even knowing it, looking up addresses on Google Maps or using a GPS device. They may take the power of spatial data for granted, not even noticing the magic that happens when data becomes visual.
The whole premise behind data visualization is that we as humans interpret information much better when we can work with it visually. And so the contrast would be a tabular form in a spreadsheet. So when you work with the data visually, a map is one way, a graph is another. But research has shown that humans can actually interpret data best and work with large data sets best if it's on a map. It's just the way our brains are wired.
The wonderful thing today is that we have solutions like Google Maps and Virtual Earth, or Bing Maps as it is now known, that have been developed for consumer-based mapping that we can use as a starting point.
Well, spatial technology, known more commonly as GIS, has been around for years and years. But up until the point of digital map products, it was accessible mainly by a technical audience. People actually went to school and got degrees in geographic information systems. And the vision at Digital Map Products was to make this technology available to a broader audience.
In some business sectors, like online real estate, spatial technology is now demanded by customers. For example, all of the major online real estate sites now use it to help their customers get a broad picture of a piece of property.
We consider the products that we produce to be more or less Google Maps on steroids. Rather than just looking at a pretty picture of street center lines, we add a lot more data that might be relevant to a particular use of spatial technology. Like in real estate, people want to see the property lines. They want to see not just the aerial imagery and the property lines, but they want to see what's behind that property line, who owns that property, what are the characteristics of that property.
Local governments also pioneered the use of spatial technology. They started by hiring dedicated GIS experts and building GIS departments. But as the technology is getting more sophisticated, it's also getting easier to use. Now at many cities, every staff person can use GIS at his or her desktop, and residents can interact with city websites to find their own answers to problems. And that's really the future of spatial technology.
Not just view data, but to actually interact with the data, correct the data, and tie the information together with other layers of information that are available so that they can make sense out of it all. So it's really blending of these multiple technologies to support the end user in doing what they're doing day to day.
As businesses see more uses for it, spatial technology designed for them is getting more sophisticated and more powerful. One of the most useful tools is being able to analyze trends over time. Take this example, showing the average selling price of homes in Southern California. The information might contain 50,000 data points on a spreadsheet. Impossible to comprehend.
Once you start using spatial technology and you bundle together a couple of different technologies, one is summarizing all of that individual point data, or the individual home sales that are spread over the whole region, into geographic areas like zip codes. When you summarize that data and then you do it month by month, and then you apply a thematic map to it so that I can see for each zip code each month, was there an increase or a decrease in the price? On top of that, if I can then use animation tools and literally play that scenario out month by month, I suddenly have a very powerful tool that allows me in mere minutes to see what is going on from a macro view of a whole region over a period of 3 years. So it really totally changes the way we do data analysis, and it makes it much more approachable for people and much easier.
What we're hearing in the marketplace is that people, first and foremost, people need and want spatial technology as part of their applications. They see that as a critical way of interacting within their application, displaying data. I mean, there's a lot of data out there, but more than we could ever possibly assimilate, and spatial technology is a great way to assimilate and make use of that information.